Let us do the litmus test for checking the nature of oxides of metals and non-metals. These are the two litmus papers. One is of blue color and another is of red color. The solution of potassium hydroxide. We are having pink color litmus paper. Now we are dipping that into the solution. You can see the change in color from pink to blue. It means that we are having the oxide of metal which is having the basic nature. In the second watch glass, I am putting the blue litmus paper. You can see over here that this solution has made the blue litmus paper red very fast. That means this is the solution of the non-metallic oxide. I had taken sulfur dioxide with water and that makes sulfuric acid. So that has turned the blue litmus paper to the red. Hello students, now we are talking about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals. Very first, whenever we are having the word chemical, it means we are having more than one substance which are giving reaction, which are doing some process, and as a result some new product is formed. Basically we are saying this as chemical change, and chemical change is always expressed with chemical equations. So in chemical properties, everywhere we will deal with equations. Besides that, the reaction word involves some conditions. We have to heat, we have to apply pressure, we have to keep the substance in sunlight. All that conditions are also mentioned in the equation. And commonly, the reactions are done with oxygen, which is present in air around us. We are having water, abundant water. So we can check the reaction with water. So first, normally, the compound is, or the molecule element is oxygen. Second, we are always checking the reaction with water. Third, we are seeing the reaction with acids and bases, and then with different gases. So just now we are talking about the chemical properties of metals and non-metals, and very first we are having the reaction with oxygen. That means the samples of metals and non-metals are burnt in air, and oxygen we are always showing with O2. That means two atoms of oxygen are always together. So we are taking the general formula, the general equations, that metal plus oxygen gives metal oxide or metallic oxide. And likewise, non-metal plus oxygen gives non-metallic oxide. This is known as word equation. Now same equation we can write down with the symbols of metals and non-metals, and that becomes our symbolic equation. first we had written the example of magnesium. Magnesium is reacting with oxygen and gives magnesium oxide. One non-metal carbon. It is reacting with oxygen and gives non-metallic oxide, that is carbon dioxide. Likewise, we can write the equations for different metals and different non-metals. Say for example, copper Cu plus O2 gives CuO. Sodium plus oxygen gives sodium oxide. Sulfur plus oxygen gives sulfur dioxide. Nitrogen plus oxygen gives nitrogen oxide. Phosphorus plus oxygen gives phosphorus oxide. Then second chemical property, that reaction with water. And the formula of water is H2O. The word equation we can write metal plus water gives metallic oxide or hydroxide and hydrogen gas. The non-metals generally do not react with water. So we will talk about only the metals. Each metal is having different reactivity, and based on that reactivity, the physical states of water, that could be liquid, that could be gaseous, and gaseous water we are saying that as steam. In water also we are having two possibilities, hot water and cold water. So the metals which are highly reactive, they are doing the reaction with cold water and normally they are producing the metal hydroxide. Say for example, sodium is reacting with water and giving sodium hydroxide plus hydrogen gas. Then the another example of metal is reacting with water, that is iron is reacting with water and it produces iron oxide and hydrogen gas. This is the equation of the process rusting. The iron substances are getting rusted. We are having the layer of reddish brown color on iron articles if it is exposed in air or water for longer time. This process is very slow process. But in all of them, the metal oxide is produced and with that hydrogen gas has been released. The third reaction we can take with acids. Normally we are giving the reaction with dilute acid, that is mixed with water. Aqueous solution of the acids we are preparing, and we can say that they are the diluted acids. In that situation, the general formula metal plus dilute acid gives salt plus hydrogen gas. Now I would like to explain the word salt over here. Normally we are having the understanding the concept that salt, that is the common salt we are eating. Besides that, in chemistry, so many other types of salts are there. Wherever we are having this chlorine, then sulfate, carbonate, nitrate And likewise, all these metals are giving reaction with different acids. So lots of types of salts which are actually the chemical compounds. We are having this one example. Zinc is reacting with sulfuric acid and gives zinc sulfate plus hydrogen gas. We are having one simple activity for that. Take a conical flask, fill the diluted hydrochloric acid or sulfuric acid in that. Add few pieces of zinc or granules of zinc metal in that. After some time we can see the bubbles in this solution. Collect that with delivery tube in another beaker. That gas will be hydrogen gas. Is there any test? We cannot see that gas. Then how to believe that it is hydrogen? Yes, we are having the test for checking the hydrogen gas. Take a burning candle near to that jar in which we had stored the gas, and the candle will burn with pop sound, because the hydrogen gas is helping the substance in burning with pop sound. Likewise, one more test I am sharing with all of you, that whenever we are having carbon dioxide gas, carbon dioxide is extinguishing the fire, means it stops the fire. And that's why if we are taking a burning candle near the jar of the carbon dioxide, then the substance will stop burning. Oxygen gas is helping in burning, in oxidation. We are going to discuss the displacement reaction. For that, we are having the copper sulfate solution. You can see that this blue color powder is copper sulfate crystals. This solution, if we are preparing, then we are having this type of blue color solution, and I had dipped one iron nail in that. Now the original color of this iron nail is, you can see over here, and in this nail you can see which I had kept for some time in the copper sulfate solution. So it is having the layer of copper. We are having one more nail dipped in the solution, which I am taking out just now. So you can see that see the color of the nail. This is the original nail, and this is having the copper coating. This I had dipped is heated in the presence of air, so that copper color which you have seen just now, we are having the copper vessels at our home. Just check it out, that this type of copper color, when it is heated, it is converted into this black.
आभार।